Who needs AI slop when you have Taz coming up with these great ideas?
Yeah, let me be your AI slop.
You're more,
That needs
you're
to
more
be-
like a slut.
I'll get real sloppy.
That should be a shirt. Let me be your AI slob.
Yeah, yo, apparently like Tectonic is making a comeback, huh? With,
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
no, I'm not. I'm being no, like I'm being sincere. Like it's not like I'm just. It just keeps showing up on my feed, and like I was like reading up on it. Like the kids. I don't know what they're called anymore. Like they're not Gen Zers or whatever. Gen Alpha. Yeah, like it's picking up, Manu. Well, not Manu, but everyone. Like guys, like, all of you.
When is it
guys.
gonna open up a dance studio teaching kids how to use Tectonic?
Oh man.
No, it just like I just thought it was interesting. I wonder why
Alright,
it's
for
coming
my
back.
wedding,
Is this-
for my
is this-
wedding, you guys all have to do it
Oh my
in the
god.
middle of the dance floor.
Are you gonna lead the charge?
I was so
No.
shocked by that. My orientation switched back.
I think this is Jazz's way of testing the waters to try to see if like Manu
If he
like,
can get,
teach you.
if he could get into Tectonic without being mocked. Guys,
Exactly.
I hear it's back.
Yeah,
It's all the
what
new
it
rage,
is.
guys.
All the kids are doing it.
It's the new Riz. When you gotta
Has,
commit, Jesus.
Taz, you look very bright. What's you got a nice ring on, huh?
It's so Jazz wants to get into Tectonic. Taz is starting his makeup
Webcam stream. Oh,
streams and videos. So that's why he
He's gonna be like
got
that-
himself a ring light.
Yeah. He's gonna be like that makeup girl, right? What's her name again?
No,
she was
idea.
like she was like the first YouTuber, right? Manu, remember? I
The
used
first YouTuber.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, never mind.
The question is, Jazz, why are you watching makeup tutorial videos?
Because someone once came over to my place, went on my YouTube account, and basically subscribed to a bunch of beauty channels. I still don't know which one of you
That
three
sounds
did
like
it.
okay.
So,
like hold on.
Okay.
Honestly,
That's
I have
something
no
Manu and I would do.
I have no recollection of this, but I was immediately like, it was probably me.
Yeah. Like
I'm just like, why am I getting these like?
You know
Why
what?
do I have this? in my
every now and
subscription?
again, I'll just be doing something very random that has nothing to do with this thought, like washing the dishes, and just out of the blue, my brain will somehow conjure up. Nobody sees you crying in the rain.
You should
'Cause I feel
make
like
that into a
in
t-shirt.
all the ways I fucked up with I fucked your statuses on Facebook and whatever. I think that was my magnum opus.
who was it for?
It was Jazz.
It was Jazz's profile, and then he kept getting messages asking if he was okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, okay. You have to remind me because I get like Facebook memories like every single day, and like half the time it's just like your antics. You know what? Oh,
Me too.
on this episode of Not Quite Ask or complains about. What are we complaining about, man?
Honestly,
Ah.
this episode could be made purely from cuts of previous episodes where we're just bitching about.
I thought
All the
Taz
same
was
shit.
about to say this episode could have been an email. Like,
It could have been a
yes.
single. It could have been a single tweet, which is just the sigh emoji.
yeah.
It's gonna be us bitching and Deepu defending Nintendo.
Yeah.
But let me play devil's advocate here, guys. I don't support them, but
I don't support them. I just buy everything that they fucking put out.
Example: his wall behind him.
Man, look at your fucking wall behind you. Look at the amiibos at the top right.
I only have 3 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Four.
You can't even bring that up, Deep. You got like
Okay.
fucking.
Hey,
You have like 56
I
amiibos.
know where I stand
for
on
all
this, all right?
Zelda.
I'm just calling hypocrites here. Taz, we can't see your amiibos. We know you have them too.
I have a total of 9 amiibos.
I have 4. 5.
That's more than your average show.
This is not quite high score. This is the fucking gaming podcast where we discuss video games with just all the hate we can conjure in our hearts.
We don't need introductions because it's always us. No one really listens, anyways. So
None of you are fucking listening, but you know what? For the sake of, in the event that there's somehow one new viewer,
besides that,
let's see. Jazz, how are you? Invent a color right now. Go.
emerald yellow.
Beautiful.
Invent a color? I don't know.
Deep. Invented emotion.
Sad horny. I don't know.
Fuck, what am I getting?
What is that called?
Sorny.
That's a good one. I can't wait for Manus.
I don't know. Manu. invent a cloud.
What?
The splorch cloud.
What is it? Excrete.
Sony. Liquid Sony.
Liquid story. Just one of those emerald yellow days.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, let's hate on AI. Go.
Reel it back a tiny bit. What the fuck have you guys been playing?
I've gone back to the good old days of video games when video games used to be video games. And I've been
fuck
playing
is-
Burnout. I've been playing Burnout 3, and it has been fantastic. I am enjoying it. It is a good old fashioned video game where cars go fast and they don't ask any more money of me after the initial purchase.
Has
The
no
cars-
microtransactions.
No AI was used in the making of this fucking game. There's no battle pass, there's no season pass, there's no season period. There's
Is
no
there a store?
skins to purchase, there's no store,
I still remember I was
there's
14
no
years
downloadable
old.
updates.
I was 14 when that game came out. So then it's been 22 years.
And 22
That-
years later, it is
Yeah.
easily better than a lot of racing games that come out these days. It is just such a fun fucking time. That game holds up. You play that game right now on an emulator and you will have a great time. It absolutely holds up. There is no rose-colored glasses. It is just rose-colored world all around you. You play that game. It is just fantastic. And I've also been playing Elden Ring, which
And there's also Elden Ring.
and there's also Elden Ring, which is really fun in its own right. It sort of clicked with me now, and I am enjoying it. But sometimes I just don't want to I don't want to. I like playing that game. I don't want to be in that world. If someone made a Souls-like this, and like I know your mind is immediately gonna go to like another Crab's Treasure, but if Elden Ring just made a game like this that was just in a world where not everyone is fucking deep coded and wants to fucking kill themselves if they're not already dead or hanging from a tree or in a town on fire. Like nothing good is happening in this world. And why can't they just make one that's not completely grim and dark and dying or dead or poisoned or just plain fucking absolutely just everything terrible about the soul? Like just
So
make
you want a
one.
Souls-like game set in the Teletubbies universe?
I want a Souls-like game just set in a regular fucking world that happens to have creatures and shit.
You say that, and another Crab Treasure is also equally depressing. You just have a lot of comedy. Tied to
Maybe,
it.
but like that's like another end of the spectrum. Yeah, I guess whatever. There's the darkness to it, but it's like
Mhm.
I don't want to go directly from Elden Ring to SpongeBob level of
I mean, yeah, it's a good point.
of the visual.
I can't think of any Souls like that doesn't have like a dark undertone or like some depressing
Like
kind
give
of.
me high fantasy. That's cool, but why does it always have to be this level of just pure darkness? Why can't the why can't that it just take place in a world that's slightly less miserable at every conceivable turn?
I'm curious though. What about Elden Ring has finally clicked
I think
that it didn't
okay,
before?
so
Yeah.
the thing with Souls likes in general, and this still stands, but for some reason, I guess I'm more tolerant of it with Elden Ring now, is I don't have a lot of time to play games, right? Let's face it, I do not. If I'm lucky, I'll get an hour in the evening at some points beyond our usual game nights, and so I don't want to waste time when I'm playing a game. And so if I'm getting through a level or, whatever, a dungeon, and then I'm repeatedly dying and I'm losing that progress, to me, progress lost is time lost.
Mm.
Even though you're still learning the patterns of enemies and all that, I get that. But, having X number of souls and then losing it at the end, and then yeah, you can go back and get it again, but then sometimes the res point isn't like that close to where you died or whatever. And just all that to say, like it's sort of progress lost is time lost, and when at a time where I don't have a lot of time to be playing games, I hate knowing that, and so that's almost like a mental block. Now, in this case, one of the reasons I clicked is because I found a really good spot to grind for runes, and so in the end, there's less of that in the back of my mind. Where if I lose these 10,000, then that's 10,000 runes lost, and that's all that rather potential progress or progress that I made. So when you take away that from the equation, and I'm like, whatever, even if I lost 20,000, I can go back to that one spot, and within like 5 minutes, I can have 20,000 again. That's a big barrier that's been lifted, and now I can enjoy the game for what it is beyond that, which is just really fun combat. And yeah, it's difficult, but I don't know. For some reason now I'm just sort of I'm getting used to the rolling and just the way that the movement works and the weapon stats and all that. Like I kind of took the time to watch more videos, watch more gameplay, and just really get a better idea.
It's funny you say that because I equate your description of dying over and over again and that being a like a waste of time, I guess, or because you're not making any progress. I equate that to playing fighting games and taking the time to just learn a character's moveset because it's the same thing. Instead of learning like instead of fighting different opponents like a new character and learning like how they fight it, it's the same as like learning the patterns of bosses or enemies and then getting better at the game, which is
Maybe,
surprising because
but
you really
and
love
Elden
fighting
Ring
games.
has there's sort of an end point to Elden Ring. There's a story mode, you get to the end of that story mode, and then you can kind of either choose to keep playing or you can move on to another game. Whereas
Hmm.
Street Fighter is something that's a bit more freeform and you put as much time into it as you want to be putting. And it's always there. It's not like I can finish Street Fighter. It's not like in the back of my mind I'll be like, "Oh man, I really got to get through Street Fighter." It's just a game that's constantly there that I'm constantly choosing to be better at when I feel like playing it.
Hmm.
Versus
But
Elden Ring,
you
I can have a point where I'm like, "Well, you know what? I at least completed the campaign. That's out of the way." So to me, there's a certain level of completion that has been achieved, and now I can peacefully move on to something else, or I can keep playing this if I want. But I'm not going to feel bad of moving past Elden Ring.
But just
okay?
like
Yeah.
fighting games, it's like with the fact that like all of us have limited time, the older we're getting, it's like at the end of the day, you just want something like you're comfortable playing in the sense of where it's like you shut off your brain and you just enjoy playing it, you know? So it's like, case in point, like games like Destiny, or like I can boot up any Zelda game and it's like I know what to expect. I've experienced this before, but is it a fun time? And can I just enjoy it without worrying about like, I
Yeah.
don't know, like a level of difficulty? Yeah. So like,
And like the thing
that's
with
what
me
I,
in games is like I like there being an endpoint. I
yeah.
like I like knowing that at some point I have, in some fashion completed this game and now I can move on from it. So there's that. And that's why I don't like playing games like, Minecraft and whatever. Like I can maybe get into them for a certain point, but if the goal is just do whatever you want, the world's open, it's all yours to however you choose. Well, that's not what I fucking want right now because I'm looking to distract myself when I play a game, and for you to give
Well,
me
and
that to kind of do whatever you want. I appreciate the freedom and I know that people love it and that's fine, but that's not how I like to engage with my games.
but in those type of games, those open sandbox games, you kind of make your own objectives. You
But
choose what
I'm
you
not good at that. My own
okay.
objectives. Okay, like yeah, if I mined this much of this material to get to this point to make this house. Like that to me that doesn't scratch the itch in my brain as completing objectives and having a list of quests that I can, get through, right?
So you prefer
Which
games with vertical progression versus horizontal
But a
progression.
narrative,
yeah, or
maybe.
even not necessarily a narrative. Like well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess a narrative. But main thing, I like checking shit off of a list. I enjoy doing that. Which is like the other thing that kind of sometimes bugs me with Elden Ring is like the world is open and you can go wherever you want and however. And I think that's a really cool thing. But again, I wouldn't mind just even a slight journal of shit that keeps track of something, or
I was
now I,
gonna
I
say
get that the points of grace or whatever kind of point you towards a direction, and that's fine. But
I was
sometimes
gonna
I
say
just want a bit more than that.
having seen you play Elden Ring, and I forgot which one you were playing beforehand. I feel like you like to be handheld in your narrative experience.
See, I hate the fact that you're using the term handheld. right?
But you
Because
understand what I'm
that's
saying,
no,
right?
but that's almost like an elitist view, I find. Because at this point, again, I don't have a ton of time to play games, so
No, no,
sometimes
it's
I want to enjoy a game and feel like I'm making progress without spending 30 minutes exploring an area that I either am not sure I should be in at that moment of the game, or that is going to bring me anything that's going to really make me feel like my time was worth it in that area.
But so
If I
it's
don't want to,
kind of like
what I
you know what I
good.
meant.
mean?
What I
Like,
meant, yeah. But what I meant handheld, I mean like something that guides you towards the main objective. So you like so Elder Ring, you have obviously a like a main story, but your whole complaint, and I've seen you play like 3 times now, or like twice. It's been you want something to tell you like where to go, and like whether that's from a tracker or clear markers on the map.
I
So
don't
like clearly
need a
you want
I
to
don't need
enjoy.
an exact marker being like this is the fucking spot X and Y coordinate that you need to go in. But if you want to give me a general range, even just a chunk of, be like in this here somewhere is where you need to go. Fine.
I don't
As
know.
long
We
as
were
I
playing
have
Guild
at the very
Wars.
least that.
But
I
that's
don't know.
what
We were playing Guild Wars, and you didn't like the general marker area as
Yeah, even
well.
Borderlands. Like I remember if the trail doesn't exactly lead you where you had to go, if at
Yeah,
one
but
point
in
I was
that case, you have
you,
to build a world that's fucking at least coherent enough to follow that rule set. If you're gonna give me a map where everything just basically fucking blends into itself, that's one thing. But if you have a distinct map that's made and there's like landmarks and shit, and so if an NPC is telling me, oh, when you hit the fork in the road, and at some point you're gonna cross a giant rock, and then you look for a giant tree and whatever, that's one fucking thing. That to me is a smarter design than
Mhm.
just literally like a Borderlands map that everything looks exactly like itself. And so now I'm just basically stuck running around, and I'll be like, okay, cool. Maybe at some point I'll run into a fucking hole in the wall that leads me into a cave, but generally speaking, everything is just barren dust.
I was
So
gonna
what?
say, like, Ghost of Tsushima does an incredible job at that, right? Like, you don't have a mini map, you don't have any of that. But I think Taz, I think you would agree that like that game is not very handholdy, but it has like a very very nice mechanism, right, for you not to feel lost, or like where to go, like
The
towards
whole
like your
use
next
of the
objective.
wind in that game guiding you where you need to go, I
Yeah,
think,
but
was
that's
great.
amazing. Like, so that's kind of like that happy medium of like, it's not very handholdy. You can still go out and do whatever you want, but yeah, the concept of the wind. I feel like that game, even to this day, I feel like it's probably
I
one of the
mean,
best at doing
I
that.
feel like Assassin's Creed Shadows fucking did it right because you can
Yeah.
basically turn on guided mode and just be like, yeah,
Oh,
just tell
that's
me
the
where I
first thing
fucking
that
need
I
to
did.
go.
Yeah, yeah,
Or you can choose to play the immersive mode where you have to send out scouts to do intel to get information on where to find certain things. You do side quests for people, you help them out on the side of the road. And then if they're like, oh, how can I repay you? You'd be like, well, give me some information on stuff that's around here. And
yeah.
then you'll get some stuff on the map to be like, hey, in this general area or somewhere here, there might be something that might be of interest if you want to go look around. Like I get that, some people love having an open map and they just want to fucking explore the whole world for themselves and all that. And like that's fine. But if
It's
I
very
have
time
limited time to
consuming.
if I
It
have
is.
limited time to play, I don't want to go running around and find something that may or may not have been worth it. And then I just spent, 45 minutes doing that out of like the hour that I had that I could have spent maybe doing something else. I ain't got the time, man. That sounds like something I would absolutely
That's
hate.
fair.
It's
I
it's
think for
funny.
me, just sorry, Manu, go ahead. Go.
No, no, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say, like, I mean, I'm playing Spider-Man right now on PC. Decided to replay it, and like, I think I'm kind of like more in line like with Taz in the sense that if I'm playing the game, I think I have, let's say, an hour, right, before I have to go and run errands. I want to feel like the hour that I played, you know, I I achieved something, right? So it's like if I have a map and I just have this open world and I have no idea where I'm going, I'm probably going to spend 45 minutes trying to figure out where to go. And then I'm like, well, I got 15 minutes. Like, so I can't do the mission now, or I can't. So I think I understand like where Taz is coming from. I think it's really pretty much like a sense of like I think it's a time thing. I feel like maybe if he had more time, maybe he'd be a bit more open to it. But I think in my case too, it's like if I know that I'm playing Spider-Man, I'm playing for an hour, great. I can do like two missions and then I can do some side quests, right? I can do some like thug missions or like, kill a bunch of demons. Or if I'm playing for half an hour, then I know I'm not going to do a story mission. I'll probably do like a side mission. So I just think it's more like of a like a time management thing, but even like, yeah, I feel like in my case it's the same thing. I mean, like I mentioned Ghost of Tsushima, but Taz gave a really good example. The fact that with the Assassin's Creed games, like you have the option, Like you could play immersive or you could play guided, right? So it's cool that, like, I think in terms of accessibility, like I think I mentioned it the first time that I talked about playing Shadows, but like Ubisoft really understands that pretty well, and the fact that they give the gamers like the choice, I think it's, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it's interesting because like, so I've had this conversation with my brother quite a few times where it's like I think out of all of us, I'm the one that usually replays a lot of the same games, and my brother's like, why don't you ever play something new? And I'm just like, well, there's a certain level of comfort that I have with replaying games, and it's like kind of that same thing where it's like, in a different way of looking at it, where it's like I'm replaying these games and I don't have to worry about figuring shit out. I'm just enjoying it for what it is.
I
And
guess. I mean,
yeah, sorry.
okay, so I okay, so it seems like I'm the odd one out because when I play video games, regardless, even if I only have an hour, I know that it's very rare that I spend that hour and I get nothing out of it. Like even if it's Elden Ring, like when I was playing, and I had moments where I can only play for like 30 minutes an hour. For me, anything you do in a video game is progress. So in Elden Ring, anything I would kill netted me more souls, which just made me stronger. Where I'm playing Elden, like if it, even sorry, I'm playing Oblivion right now, and if I spend 30 minutes exploring, that's 30 minutes of exploration I've actually done. I've gotten more items. That's less exploration I'll have to do next time. It's like I don't really see it that way personally, but I also obviously have more time to play than you guys. But for me, it also helps that I only focus on one game at a time. For me, any time I spend on a game is progress. It's pretty rare
But you
where I'll just
eventually
sit
want to
there.
move on to another game, right? Like I get that you have exponentially more time than, let's say,
Yes,
me or Jas, whatever, to play. But it stands that at some point down the line, you're gonna want to play another game.
yes, and that's when I'll
So that's
focus
the
on the main
difference.
story.
Is
Yeah,
you have so many more hours that you could be putting into these games. When you don't have that much time, right? Even if you're like, "Oh, I'm still making progress, even if it's 30 minutes in this game, I still explored." Okay, but that exploration maybe didn't necessarily get me anywhere fucking closer to the end. And when
so
I'm playing these games, I need to know that at some point I'm like, "Okay, I can estimate that probably in X amount of time I can be done with this and move on to the next game in my
so
long list of games that I want to be playing."
in the past 2 months, I have officially spent on average 2 to 3 hours a week playing my own games. I have drastically reduced the amount of time I spend on video games playing by myself. And I still haven't experienced that. So maybe like ask me again in the end of this year and we'll see if my stance on stays has changed. Before now it's been like even if it's been like 2 hours, 2, 3 hours, I'm like, I made progress, it's enough, and I'll
But
move
then
on.
let me ask you guys this: with the limited time you guys do have on to play games, except for Manu apparently, do you guys feel like you can't drop a game? Because let's say you're playing like Elden Ring right now, and there's a part of you that's like, I have to finish Elden Ring. Let's say Forza 6 comes out tomorrow. You're like, well, I can't play Forza until I finish Elden Ring. Or are you comfortable dropping a game because you're like, you know what? I've had my fill, and I just kind of want to move on to something else.
yeah, well, I think for me, Yakuza was the one. I mean, like I really, really enjoyed it, but I also realized that it was going to be a long game, and I just kind of had that itch to play Spider-Man because I had played it before. So I think maybe it was also like I wanted to play something familiar. I think I was in the mood to just replay something. I just kind of wanted like my comfort zone game, and I think I realized that Spider-Man is that comfort zone game. So yeah, I was more than happy to drop, Yakuza, not because I didn't enjoy it. I actually had a really great time playing it, and hopefully, I'll go back and just kind of maybe pick it up. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could give that as an example. I don't know if anyone else dropped a game to move on to another one.
I mean, I don't enjoy dropping games, but there's definitely a
Hmm.
threshold at a certain point where I'm like, this is just I don't feel like I'm getting much out of this, and there's too many things that I want to be playing otherwise to spend more time playing something that I'm not enjoying anymore.
I mean, I'll happily drop a game, but that doesn't really happen often because I don't really pick games willy nilly. Like I make sure I do my research before I buy a game or I pick up a game because I know it's gonna be a time investment. So usually, if I'm playing a game, it's like 99% of the times I know I'm gonna enjoy it all the way through. The only exception to that was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recently because holy shit, do I want a side quest in that game.
Yeah.
It's a
But the
mini game.
story made it worth. The story and the characters maybe worth finishing it. But like, yeah, it's pretty rare that I'll drop a game.
I think it also maybe stems from, like if you have a subscription, right? Like I have Game Pass, so I feel like that's like perfect because I get to try out some games and I don't feel bad dropping them, right? Like so I mentioned Yakuza, like I've been playing it on Game Pass. If I had bought it on Steam, then yeah, like I guess I would still be playing it. But I think maybe that's why. I mean, I don't know who else. I think maybe Taz has a subscription to Game Pass, but I think only the two of us have it. So
I mean, I have
maybe
the sub,
yeah,
but I still like I still gravitate more towards just trying to simply buy a game because that at least
yeah, same.
there's more accountability for me in that sense, and so I'm more inclined to at least put the effort to actually try and finish it versus if I'm on Game Pass, it's all well and good, and I can burn through fucking 10 games in a couple of days just trying everything, but then eventually you kind of want to stick to something, and I'm very fucking ADD with a lot of shit, so like if it's consequence free, I'll jump from game to game to game. Like there's nothing holding me there. But
I
then
do that.
knowing that I spent money on it, at least that anchors me to it in a certain
Yeah.
way. So sometimes I just choose to engage with it like that.
I mean,
I think
I buy games, but then like right now, I think I'm playing like 6, 7, 8 games at the same time. But it's like I'll put an
I don't
hour
understand how
here,
you do that.
like this week, and then like an hour another week, and it's like it's it's a good and bad thing because like on one end, it's like, well, if I'm in a mood to play something, I just play it. I don't have to really worry about it because like and like I'm never like dissatisfied from a gaming session. And on the other
Six,
side,
7, 8 though is an insane amount.
it is a lot.
I'll do like 2 to 3 at some points. Where it's just
Yeah.
like I'll have Elden Ring, which is like the main game I'm trying to get through. And then if I just don't feel like playing Elden Ring, I have Burnout there. That's just sort of I'm not committed to it, but it's a really good time killer. Sometimes to just shut your brain off, play that.
Yeah.
And then I'll have whatever, let's say like our Monday game that we play on Mondays.
Like in the last 2 weeks, I've played Maple Story, Warframe, Astrobot, God of War. I just downloaded Forza 5. I finished downloading. TMNT, I've been playing that. Moonlighter 2. Probably something else up there as well. Yeah, it's just how I game, unfortunately.
Seems like your day job.
All right, come on, I didn't deserve that.
I think the moral of the story is like we just I mean I love gaming and like I think for me it's like I just gotta find a way to carve out more time. I think that's what I take away from our conversation. You know.
I don't
It's
think
funny
I'll be
'cause-
able to carve out more time. There's no way for me to
Yeah.
carve out any more time than I already have.
Well,
Well,
as your
eventually.
In the
kid
end,
grows
it's more
older
just
and
Yeah, eventually, as like your daughter gets older,
think
I'm not
yeah,
gonna get
exactly.
her getting older is not gonna equate to me having more free time. I don't know what you guys are fucking thinking,
What do you
but
mean
it's
she's
gonna
gonna
if
get eventually she's gonna get more independent, like and gonna be doing her own things. She's not always gonna be glued to the hip.
I mean she's
Yeah.
not glued to the hip now, but you understand a child requires attention at some point.
I'm not saying you're gonna fucking like be an
Yeah,
absent
like,
father
when-
just so you can play
Deadbeat
games.
dad.
when she gets to like high school, for example, she'll be busy with her own things.
I'm
with her
not talking
school.
high school, man. I'm talking like next few years. We're not
Okay.
high school is you're thinking like fucking 12, 13 hours 13 years down the line. Like chill out. I don't even know if I'll be alive by then. Fucking
Oh my god.
11 years.
I think we're
Start.
missing Manu, right? Like, is there a game that you're currently playing, or do we segue into?
So funny enough, you mentioned that you guys want to carve more time to play video games. I've been trying to carve less time for video games because I have other hobbies I would like to work on.
How do you cope with having so much time for all of your things that you love in life? Is it
It's
hard?
kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It's nice to have a good work-life balance and everything. I don't know. I picked up.
Deep knows all about work life.
Man.
It's
More
I've
like
actually.
life work balance.
I could tell you guys how much I've been working recently, but I know it's just gonna be some
like
weird
10
fucking
hours a
thing.
week?
Yeah, see.
Deep needs to. We need to carve out time for games. He has to carve out time for work.
And yet somehow I feel like I gamed the least out of all of us.
You're playing 8 games, man.
Yeah, what do you
I'm
mean?
not playing 8 games every fucking day for like 2-3 hours each. It's
Oh,
like
anyways.
an hour here or
I
there.
I haven't had the motivation to pick up like any new games. For some reason, like nothing. There's no game that I'm like I really don't want to play this. So I kind of just picked up Oblivion since my friend had it. I'm just kind of playing it kind of freely, taking my time with it. I guess it's just good background stuff to do with when I'm bored.
I'm not sure if I
Um,
really call Oblivion a background game.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If Oblivion is your background thing to do, what the hell are you doing on the foreground?
sorry. I just when I'm in background, I just when I'm nothing else
Like
to do, I just want to like
this guy,
mind-numbingly play.
he's like
Right.
watching like some anime while he's like playing Oblivion in
Well,
the
I do.
background.
Yeah, it's the things that if I'm watching a stream, but it's just to say it's not a game I'm like fully into. I'm just playing it because
Mm.
I feel like playing something.
That's kind of a shame
S-
because the whole point of an Oblivion game is so you can immerse yourself into this world, and it's kind of like
I mean, I'm following the story. I'm following the characters. I just don't have like that drive like Expedition did, or Black Man Wukong, or like Elden Ring to play
But then, are
this.
you finding the game like fun enough to warrant
Yeah,
continue, or do you feel like
the
you're gonna
game.
drop it?
I probably won't drop it. It's like it's still my type of game. Like I loved Skyrim, and so
Alright.
I'm keep playing right now. Like the story has me, like I'm still interested. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Did you guys want to jump into the Nintendo topic just because it's pretty
Yeah,
quick?
we can start with that. It's honestly out of all the
Speaking
topics we're
of
talking about,
games,
it's probably the most entertaining one for me.
speaking of games that you want to replay, Manny, would you replay Fire Red and Leaf Green?
I would.
Is it 20
Let's
bucks for each of them, or is it
So it's
20
20.
bucks for
Okay,
both of them?
so
20
It's
bucks
so
US.
$30, man.
it's
$30
30
Canadian.
Canadian. But
Canadian.
yes, but if you do want to play, well, because I think like there's some Pokemons that are exclusive, right, to the different
Uh,
editions. So
Yeah,
in
as is
yeah.
every Pokemon game.
yeah, as is every Pokemon game. So then you're paying $60 before taxes, essentially.
Well, not
To
necessarily,
Well,
because it's
no,
like no
because you
matter, it's
can
like you can't trade with yourself, right? So it's like no matter
actually. Can
what,
you link your Pokebank to it?
no, you can't.
Okay.
no,
So
but
I guess not.
Apparently, supposedly this is literally only it just runs the GBA ROMs. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not like they natively ported this to the Switch or did any work. And there were rumblings of Pokemon Home, and then apparently that got sort of removed from the product description. So, for all intents and purposes, this is just a GBA ROM that they're charging you $30
It
plus
is
tax for.
fascinating to see the discourse around this game because like it's either you're on one bandwagon where it's like people are super excited to be able to play these games again, and then on the other, it's insulting the first because they spent money on this.
so
I mean,
I
one of
have
those sides is correct, and the other side is disputed.
yeah. Well,
If
I have a question.
if they at least had added Pokemon Home,
Sure.
fine. You're Nintendo. You're not going to charge anything reasonable. You're not going to do the right thing by your consumers. Fine, charge money for it. But they're literally just charging you for the ROM. And then on the FAQ page for these releases that Nintendo released, that is on their website, where they predicted that people would sort of have this kind of a reaction. One of the questions is, why aren't you just simply releasing this on NSO? And their answer simply is, we thought that it would be fun to do this for the anniversary. Not an actual explanation, but that is it. They thought it would be fun. This
So
just belongs on NSO. It doesn't belong as a standalone release. You know what would have been fun if you wanted to do a fun thing for the Pokemon anniversary? Something super fucking fun? Maybe release not even Fire Red, Red and Blue, just the OG games. Release them on NSO then, in that case. But no, you're Nintendo. You're probably waiting for the opportunity to sell those to us for $49.99 a fucking piece at some point down
there
the line.
is the Pokemon Direct that's coming up on the 27th.
That's when they'll announce it.
Maybe. And it could be that those games could be added to NSO. We don't know yet. Now,
No, they won't be.
the-
They'll charge us $29.99 for those too.
so
I'm-
I do agree that they should have been part of the NSO bundle, and I can. It's okay. Look, this is a point where I'm going to defend it, and you guys are going to make fun of me for it. So I'm just going to get this over with.
I actually
The
have
one-
a point to defend it as well. So, anyways, but go first.
The one area where I see this kind of worthwhile to buy, and I'm not gonna do it because I know how to emulate games. It's for people that want to be able to play this game. Or
So does Nintendo, because that's how you're playing this on a
hear
Switch
me
if you
out,
buy it even.
because we know you're gonna shit on this regardless, but just hear me out. It's for the people that aren't as tech savvy as us, that don't know how to emulate shit. So how are they gonna play FireRed or LeafGreen? Do you
On
think they would?
NSO!
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! How,
But
literally every
He's
other
right.
console.
It's the
What do you
price tag.
Do you
It's
think
just
that everyone is what do you think is happening when I go into a Nintendo Switch and choose GBA on NSO? Those games are fucking being emulated. They're not natively running on the goddamn Switch.
so. If I'm correct, the Game Boy Advance games are only available for NSO Plus members, right, Manu?
I do not know. That's a good question.
Yes.
Last time I checked, they are. Okay. So you're paying how much per year for that? Because right now, Manu and I and our friends we have the regular Nintendo Switch Online. So if we wanted to, we wouldn't have been able to play it. On top of that, you're doing a one-time $30 purchase. Is it a lot? Arguably, yes. However, are you gonna go if you don't this wasn't available on NSO and you're not paying $30 for it? You know what the alternative is to play this? Well, you know what the aftermarket price for these games are at the moment? Just a
Yes.
cartridge, not even with the booklet or anything like that. It's $130 just for one single cartridge. So for those people that don't have access to it, I can understand them being excited, but like, you know what, I'm just gonna spend $30. I don't have to be subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online. I can just play this game whenever I want.
Okay, but then what about the people that are subscribed to NSO Plus
Yes.
and now want to play this? Not only are they subscribed to a service that should let you play GBA games,
Mm-hmm.
they now have to dish out an extra $30 per Pokemon game to play it.
And
Like
for that,
it's
that sucks.
okay, but I do have a question since you guys both have the NSO app. It built into the NSO app, can you rewind? And is there a save state feature?
Yes.
Okay, so not to play devil's advocate because of course it's Nintendo, but what if by having the rewind and the save state feature, it breaks the core mechanic of the game. It breaks the purpose of the game, which if you encounter a legendary, right? And it breaks out, right? And it escapes, well then you can just kind of rewind the game and redo it
There's
over
no
and over and over again.
You can
functionality in
also
this game. So
you
who
can
gives
also
a shit?
do that with hold on. They have trading in it, just like the
No,
old
but
games
no,
do.
no, but
So
no,
like,
but what, I'm just defending. I'm saying that like
yeah,
if it was released in the standard NASO, Game Boy Advance app, then people will probably abuse that system and will probably do that. So they would effortlessly, let's say, reroll encounters for shinies. They can maybe exploit like some glitches in the game. So maybe by releasing the standalone game, Nintendo can kind of strip out those like specific
the
emulation
one
features.
core feature that they would have taken away would have been the trading aspect of it, which is kind of what Pokemon's the games are built on. Because like save states would get abused. Because I can just trade you a Pokemon. Like let's say if I have a shiny, trade it to you, and then load back my save state, and then I'd have
That's
another version of it.
yeah.
I refuse to
I'm
believe
no,
that
you
there's
can't
not
do that.
no.
saying.
I refuse to believe there are no
That's what I'm saying. You
countermeasures that they
can't
could
do
have
that.
had against that or removed those features from the emulation.
Yeah, but then okay, but like so I mean like I'm not saying like this is the reason. I'm just trying to find like ways to like like just to kind of see like maybe that's the thought process. But can you guys also confirm like so there's no plans to connect this port to Pokemon Home?
They all I read that so this game doesn't support it, and I don't think they're planning on to.
Okay, because like
If
I mean, maybe if it supported Pokemon Home, then that could also fuel, like it could add fuel to the argument, which is like, well, they want to protect the game's integrity, so they don't want you to exploit like, like the rewind, feature or the save state feature to get shinies or like legendaries and stuff like that, because we're integrating them with Pokemon Home. But if they have no plans, then I don't know.
But why was
I'm
that
trying. I'm
not
trying.
why was that not the response that they should have given instead of saying, "Oh, it's because we thought it'd be fun."
Well, but there you go. Like I just like I'm here trying to like find reasons to defend them, or at least trying to make this fun instead of like four guys bashing on Nintendo. But yeah, like I just
It's just it is a weird decision at the end of the day. Like if they had proper reasoning, come out and say it.
well,
Like
you know what?
justify your actions.
I think the reason is pretty self explanatory. Taz is right. I mean, or someone wrote it in the notes that it's like the top selling, game right now. So the math is too good to pass up, right? Like
Mhm.
I looked it up, and Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think together they sold like 13 million copies originally, right? This is a license to print money, essentially. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, that's just what it is at the end of the day. Like I just they
And I
they
mean,
they, they know they can make money.
we keep shitting on Nintendo, but this is the Pokemon company. Nintendo only owns like 30% of them. So in the end, it's not like it's a majority decision on their part to do it. But that said,
Yeah.
just fuck off, guys. Like this is
Would you guys have had that same reaction if it was only available on the Nintendo Switch Online and not as a standalone purchase? Because for people like,
no,
let's
because
say,
that's where it belongs. Is Nintendo Switch Online. This
Yeah.
is literally just they saw a money making opportunity and they're taking it. And I get that it's a business and it's a logical thing to do, but at a certain point, it's like we're all part of this fucking hobby that in every direction, left, right, and center, whether it's software or now whether it's fucking hardware, thanks to AI, we're getting fucked in the ass. And these companies don't seem to give a shit and want to cut us even a small fucking break. Especially with this. You wanted to sell it, fine. Why does it have to be 30 bucks Canadian? If you wanted to fucking do this, why not just make it like 10, 15 bucks or something like that?
but then okay, hold on. If it was part of the Nintendo Switch Online, I would have to then pay $70 just to be able to play it.
$70. How many people can share?
70
Like how
bucks
many
for the individual one. If you're talking about the family one, it's $110.
for how many people?
8
10
people.
people.
Oh, so
8
then I have to
people.
find 8 people to share this with, just so I can
I'm just saying, it's
play
just
versus
it
just
just it
buying.
just
Like it's like
sucks.
I
You
understand.
can't, but a lot of people can. And then you're still getting access to a whole other library of games online as well as these games.
But that's going with the assumption that they give a shit about the other one. There are people out there that are just going to be like, hey, I just care about Pokemon, just one thing. I don't want to have to subscribe to this entire thing just to play that one game.
But then why Pokemon? Like, I mean, I feel
What do
like
you mean, why
Nintendo. No,
Pokemon?
no, no,
It's
no, no,
fucking
Pokemon
no, no,
sells.
Pokemon.
no, 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 no. So sorry. I meant it's interesting because I believe all the classic Mario and Zelda games are on
Hmm.
that platform.
Yes.
So to me, I just don't understand why Pokemon is treated this way.
Yeah,
Like,
if I was a
do
Zelda fan, I
yeah,
wouldn't. I would just maybe want to buy Zelda, and I don't give a shit about Mario and any other
there you go,
games.
and that's the argument, right? And but the people are still doing it, Manny. Like if I just want to play like like the original like Legend of Zelda,
I don't know a
I'm paying
single
70
person
bucks.
that's subscribing to an entire Nintendo Switch Online just to play like one series of games.
No, I know, but Manny, that's
That's
what
not the
that's
point.
what you said though. You said it yourself that like, well, one
Well, that's what
person
I'm
wouldn't want to
saying.
pay.
Why would I want to subscribe to an online service just to play one game where I just spend $30 instead of $70 a year for it?
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I think that
Even
maybe
then, the
someone
other thing for Nintendo too is wouldn't it make more sense for you to put this on NSO and then let's say that crowd now wants to play that and their only option is to subscribe? You're making more money off that subscription than you are on the
Hmm.
individual sales because that's a potential yearly revenue for you from all those people versus the one-time payment.
And people
no,
are
but
less
has
likely to
I
cancel
think they should have just
subscriptions,
done both.
anyways.
Kind of like how Game Pass. If a game's on Game Pass, you can play with Game Pass, but if not, you can just buy the game
but
individually. I
Taz,
think that
Nintendo's doing you a favor. They're only charging you $30 instead of 70, Taz. So think
a
of the
year,
$40 you just saved.
a year.
Now you can buy Fire Red and Leaf Green, and it'll still be cheaper.
Well, shit, and it convinced me to buy both
And all
copies.
the money that they're gonna make off this, it's not like they're gonna make the next fucking mainline Pokemon any better than ZA.
Look, Taz. This is all for fun, okay? Okay, the Nintendo's out of themselves. We just thought it'd be fun. Look, did I think guys like this is what their 30th anniversary or something like that. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure during the franchise's 20th anniversary, they released Red, Blue, and Yellow. Like they sold them as standalone, copies. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah, on the
people still bought
3DS.
them.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
bought a
I
red and blue
did. I
3DS.
I
Yeah,
am I am
and then
part
it
of the
got
problem.
stolen.
Yep, yeah, I am part of the
Would it be
problem. But yes,
different if
did you?
these were physical copies?
They're apparently getting a physical release in Japan only.
It's not.
Hmm.
It's not really. It's. I think they're
That could be
digital,
cool.
but then you get like a little thing with it, like a physical item.
Oh, it's like you get a code for it.
I believe it's a code. I don't think they're actual cartridges.
I'm so
If it,
disinterested in Pokemon now.
Yeah, I'm
The
phased out
next,
by
the
that.
next, the next series has to be like 60 FPS, runs smoothly on release with like impeccable graphics for me to
Well,
pick it
we're
up.
about to find out this Friday.
Hold on. So for the Japanese version, so
Hold
for
on.
the Japanese Pokemon website, the special edition includes reproductions of the original Game Boy Advance packaging for the classic Pokemon games. It also comes with a special case that holds 3 glass Pokeballs depicting the Kanto starters, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. The set,
And is
See,
that part of
that's
the
where
price?
the set comes with a download code for Fire
Yeah.
Red or Leaf Green, depending on which version you buy.
But how much is it?
$127 US.
Well, at that point, you're paying for like the collector's edition item or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're
that
It's the
paying
is.
for the
collector's
Yeah,
physical
edition.
shit, which honestly
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
time is probably gonna
appreciate
Skyrocket.
in value.
skyrocket in value. Yeah, I'll put a
Um,
screenshot of
I,
the set.
I think the
See it.
Pokemon gameplay loop has gotten stale for me. I think
Yeah.
I don't see I it's been the same thing.
Pokemon's not really about the games though. When you think about it, it's more the merchandise these days. It's the cards, it's the plushies, and most kids that
Yeah.
love a lot of the
Or the
younger
vibes.
generation that loves Pokemon has probably never even played much of a Pokemon game outside of like Pokemon Go, but they love Pikachu and shit because it's just the fucking thing to love.
Am I the only one that's played ZA here?
I played like 10, 15 hours of that game. It only
Okay.
took me 3 to decide that it was not worth it, but I
Then why
decided
the hell did you play 7 more hours?
He's a masochist.
to just see if the opinion would change.
Did it?
I don't believe that because
No.
like I've seen you I've seen you play like give games less chance. Like I think Guild Wars you lasted 20 minutes before you're like I'm uninstalling this.
Yeah,
And
but
so you're
Guild
telling me
Wars,
you
minutes
played
of-
like
10 to
it
15
was 20
hours.
minutes of
Guild Wars
bitching.
reached into my soul and it was like, I am not for you. And I was like, I know. ZA was just like, I don't know, man. There's so many little things that they could do. Like there's even just add voice acting. I know that was the argument that we all were making when that game released and we talked about it. And it still holds true. Like it's just there's so many there's so many changes that they should have made so long ago
Mhm.
that they still refuse to make.
It
But
is very
okay
conflicting because
It seems like a less effort for me. When I saw ZA, it felt like a less effort version of a Pokemon game compared to like one of their mainline series. Yeah.
it's still okay. It still says something about the game, and like I don't want to rehash our conversations about like our review of a Pokemon ZA, but like I the only thing I do want to mention, like there's something still to be said about the game that even when it's lacking in so much, how fun it can be to play, and that's what like almost annoyed me so much. Like as much as I was shitting on this game prior to it, my girlfriend got it. I started playing it. I'm like, well, fuck. Like I'm enjoying myself playing this game.
Were you
with
also juggling
everything
7 games?
with everything that I played of ZA, if you were to ask me right now, would I rather play ZA or Fire Red or Leaf Green? 100%, I would rather play Fire Red or Leaf Green.
Would you rather play ZA or Guild Wars?
Oh God,
Manny, is that what
guess
you feel about?
I guess ZA wins that
Twilight
way.
movies.
What do you mean?
Is that? I mean, I don't know. It's like, is that like your opinion of like it could be better, but it's just like fun. It's like just like this senseless thing, and but you still keep watching it.
You guys never just watch garbage
No.
to
So
just like to,
No.
okay,
Hey, man,
hold on.
I've
okay,
seen
so
the
so ZA is your garbage. So
No,
so
I wouldn't
ZA
go
is
that
your
far.
I've seen
No,
the
it's not.
room twice.
yeah.
No, I was talking
You know
about
who
Twilight
didn't?
in terms of
Manu,
garbage.
because he left us.
Yeah, because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Well, you're better than us.
You know who's not better than us?
Sony.
Sony, for shutting down Bluepoint Games. Yeah. So
The gold standard, by the way, for remakes. They made some really, really good remakes, so I don't understand what the hell's going on.
No one understands why.
I mean,
They
look, if you're Sony, you buy a studio that's really good at making remakes, and then you tell them to start work on a God of War live service game, and then you cancel that game, and then you shut down that studio.
Well, for the past year, I think they've been also trying to pitch ideas,
Yeah.
but all those have been getting rejected. So we don't really know what they've been cooking up, either. Besides like Ragnarok remake.
say Ragnarok remake.
Oh, so was it a remake or was it no? It just came out. What was it? Is it Oh, it was a live service God of War. Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
What?
they
Who
were
asked for a
working-
live service God of War?
That would be Jim Ryan before he
Mm.
left Sony and decided to pivot everything towards games as a service.
Is Santa Monica still working on God of War, or is it's kind of out of their hands?
I don't quite know what they're working on. I mean, I'm guessing
Mm,
it's a God of War, but they haven't announced anything.
okay.
So
Uh,
is this like the sign of maybe more Sony studios shutting down, or just maybe Sony possibly downgrading some studios? Like I am so scared for Bungie right now.
Yo, if Marathon comes out,
Dude, I am
yeah.
so scared for Bungie.
like if I was a Marathon dev right now, I would be basically fucking applying. I'd be sending CVs out.
But can I say about something about Marathon? They released like a 40-minute like gameplay deep dive, whatever you want to call it. I watch every 40 minutes of it. Dude,
Watch
I'm
every 40
actually
minutes of it.
Every
Every 40
you
minutes
yeah,
of
gotta
it.
phrase
okay.
that better.
I've watched every single minute of it, sorry.
There you
Guys,
go.
hold on,
It
Nathan.
was
I have a new shirt idea.
really it looks it like damn you, but it looks really good. I don't know if
It
anyone has
does.
seen it. It's
Yeah.
like Bungie has taken the feedback from their like early tests and whatnot. The game looks and again, I don't care about extraction shooters, but I really hope that like Marathon works
Yeah, like
because
I'm on that same boat. I don't personally care for extraction shooters. I might try this out for their open beta, whatever they're gonna have. But beyond
dude,
that, I don't think it's a game I'm gonna pick up. But it's kind of nice to see the changes from like the closed beta test, whatever they had like last year, and comparing it to now and seeing all the visual and gameplay changes that they've done. And there's something I'm not sure how you guys feel about this, but there's something really satisfying about the visual aesthetics of this game. It's so much different compared to like all these other games that like kind of have the same glossed over like Unreal Engine look about them. And
yeah, but
yeah,
I'm just thinking like, cuz if you guys are probably like, asking yourselves like, well, what does this mean for like the overall, strategy? I think what was it? Like Sony had this big like ambition, right, with like live service games. We all know what happened with Concord. And I think didn't they cancel like 60 or 70% of the live service games that they were working on? Like I think they had canceled like 8 live service games. So hopefully to me what that means is that Sony is going back to the basics, which is focusing on like just really good single player titles.
you
Right?
Then
The
why
say that, but
then why
Spider-Mans and the God
shut
of
down Bluepoint, a studio that
because
is so good at doing remakes?
well
That could have
maybe
honestly that they had said when they got bought out or just before they got bought out that they wanted to kind of make a game of their own, which honestly they're probably very capable of doing. But there's also so many older Sony properties that people love that they could have just given over to Bluepoint to make a remake
Yeah.
of if they wanted to. I think the fact that they're based in Texas because they were like, oh, this is it's a financial decision, and the fact that the studio is based in Texas is probably a decision because it's more expensive to keep that place running than it would be if it was a studio in like whatever China or some other country where the foreign exchange is more in their favor.
but I'm just wondering like maybe like yeah, if it is a financial decision, maybe Sony's going to look to like outsource, like maybe look for partners like, that have like, third party, porting studios or whatever. But it just sucks, but I'm just kind of thinking like if I'm trying to find like a positive out of this and their whole disastrous like, live service mandate that they kind of set on themselves, maybe we'll see another God of War or another Last of Us or dude, even the Infamous games. Like I would love another Infamous game, right? Like
I just
so
hope this is kind of similar to what Ubisoft is doing with their kind of restructuring everything, because maybe they're coming to realize that like not everything needs to be like this AAA live service game, and like you said, they cancel so many of those games, right? And it'd be nice if there was that more shift towards single player games all across the AAA kind of industry.
I don't think it's that they're realizing not every game has to be live service. I think they're finally realizing, wow, this is really fucking hard to make a game that sticks with people
yeah.
that
Uh,
gets them to break away from Fortnite and Warframe and all the other sort of established ones in the genre. And so you know that's kind of what it is. Why did Concord fail? I mean, nobody fucking wanted it in the first place. They made it. High Guard is basically on life support at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
They
Like
fired
it's
all the
just.
developers.
I mean, it's not a
I don't know.
funny thing, but
No,
it's
I
just
know,
like
but it's just yeah, but I get it. Like it's yeah, it's all
but it's
extra
just
for it.
like all these studios are making these games that it's just sort of you're trend chasing. But the problem with trend chasing is that it takes years to develop a game, and by the time it's ready to go out the door and for people to play, that trend may or may not be either saturated or something that people want anymore, anyways.
Do you guys
But
think Sony should just like, and this is going to be a weird thing to say, but like get away from first party, like not like their own exclusives? Because like we're at a point now where they're kind of like the only market for like not really competing against Nintendo for like consoles, right? And so instead of focusing so much money on exclusives, why not just stop buying up video game studios and just, I don't know, like get like work on contracts instead for like exclusivities for
because the
like.
games industry is not growing.
It's almost as if there's another company that tried that and then it failed drastically in their face, i.e., Microsoft.
Almost.
Yeah.
But it's that. It's like year over year, the industry itself is not growing because more and more people are just simply continuously playing the same games. Fortnite, GTA Online,
Mhm.
etc., Minecraft, like the kids these days aren't like the kids in our time where you're hopping from new release to new release because that's all gaming is at that point. Now there's great free to play options, and the ones that are established, and then not as many people are spending the big bucks anymore to get the newest console or the newest PC rig or whatever it is, and then playing the newest AAA games.
But
But at
also
the
the
same
games
time,
that
if the
have been
cap
charting are not necessarily exclusives, or like just new studios are
But
coming
even
up
if they
and
are
releasing these games.
exclusives, like even if Sony comes out with, whatever, Ghost of Yote last year, right? They said that game sold great and it was awesome, but it's not enough. They're so expensive to make, first off. People, even if they sell gangbusters, like they got to really fucking sell. And there's very few publishers that are in a position where they can come out with a triple A title and sell enough to make their money back and then some. First one that comes to mind, GTA 6, when that game comes out, it's gonna fucking blow everything out of the water. And it's gonna definitely you're gonna see an uptake in hardware sales for PS5 for sure, because it's gonna be exclusive to that at release. And maybe Xbox as well. I think so too. But that's it. You're in an industry that is not growing year over year, but at the same time, you're stuck in a capitalist system where your company needs to show growth year over year to investors in order to have them keep investing. And so your back is against the wall. So what do? You got to invest in games as a service, because not only are people going to be playing the game, but they're continuously pumping money into it to buy skins or to buy battle passes or whatever. It's a constant source of revenue as opposed to a new release, which is a one-time purchase, and then that's it. Then you just got to hope that it's enough of those one-time purchases to warrant
Yeah, but as
the
we've
investment that you
seen, it's
made.
not hard. It is super hard to launch a game as a service nowadays and to see like competition.
Well,
And
that's kind of it. Is they're
Yeah.
they're they're fucked in either direction, but it's a gamble that they have to make.
I was reading that like Sony just last year, like Sony announced like that their gaming division made like a 19% profit, like increase over the previous year. So
How? Like what like I can't think of more than like 5 Sony games the last couple of years that's been like a banger.
And don't
I
forget that
mean,
profit. There's profit, but it's also just money saved if they shut down studios or if they cancel games,
Yeah.
yeah, I
right? Because
guess
that
so.
money
Like it's
was
a
on their
profit.
books to go and invest towards those games, but now it's not being done anymore. That's still money that's technically pocketed, right? So, like in the end,
Yeah, but Manny, like you mentioned like Sony games in the last couple of years, dude. Come on, man. Like God of War Ragnarok, Returnal, Spider Man, Miles Morales, Spider Man Two, like Last of Us. Like these are
Okay, but you've
insane
named
titles.
me 3 or 4 series, but then besides those specific series, what else has come out? And keep in mind, Spider-Man came out a while ago. That was PS4.
in terms of
Well,
PS5, all we've gotten is what Ghost of Yote. We've gotten Forbidden West,
Returnal.
Returnal.
Ragnarok, Returnal.
And this,
Yes,
keep in mind, the
Saros
PS5 came
coming
out what,
out
2020?
2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
that's
there's
that's six
Cyros coming
years.
up. There's Intergalactic coming up. There's possibly a new God of War that's probably gonna
Yeah,
I
be
but
think
it's
there.
like,
Intergalactic is
A
coming
new
out, but it's a
Horizon.
fucking long shot.
but
Yeah.
that's the thing, isn't it? Like in
But I
six
wouldn't say
years,
Horizon is even like a tentpole franchise. Like no one's buying a PS5 to play Horizon.
Well,
Arguably, same thing for Returnal. Like God of War and Ghost of Tsushima, and out of everything we've listed, and Spider-Man are probably the console sellers.
I mean, I guess we got Wolverine coming out.
Yeah, but then also like keep in mind
They have
time
stuff coming
exclusive.
up in their pipeline, though.
True, but
I
like they're
mean,
no longer just pure exclusives. Like most of us are willing to just to wait a year or two, and they're going to be available on Steam, right?
well, hopefully, if they keep doing that, right? I mean, like
So
that's the
waiting
They
thing,
don't
on
have
because
much
it's
of a
like Taz
choice. The
mentioned,
studios
yeah,
games are expensive. They need to be
yeah.
able to make more money, and
Yeah, every
what
time I
better
see
way?
a headline with Yote, I'm just hoping that it's them
Dude, I
announcing
want
it
to play that game
for
so
PC.
bad, man. I'm checking Facebook Marketplace for PS5s, and I'm like, I shouldn't do this. Like, no, I
Dude,
don't want to
wait,
have to get it
like it's
again.
gonna come out soon.
Yeah, I know, but that's the hope, right? Like that they keep releasing these games, and like hopefully
hey,
maybe just one day they'll like go away from this 1 year wait.
hey, I'm still waiting on Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Well, now
okay.
that Bluepoint's
Keep
gone, they'll
waiting.
be waiting longer.
Yeah,
Fuck, you're
seriously.
right.
uh,
That game is
I'm
the
just
most. That game is the most fucking 10 FPS, 30 FPS game I've ever played. Go just if
Bloodborne.
you yeah, go back and try playing
Huh.
Bloodborne. Tell me that's 30 FPS. I don't believe you. I don't think it's 30. I think it's even below
uh,
30 frames.
how will I have? I mean, I'd have to get a PS4 and then find the game somewhere.
Wait, you have a
Whatever.
PS5. You can just play a
Whatever
PS4
method you
game on it.
choose. Yeah, you can access it through PSN.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Piston.
I'm
So maybe I
pretty
could just pick it up on the
sure.
PS5 then. Okay, never mind.
Does anyone still have a PS5 here?
We do.
Well, it's funny because it's not Manu and I don't own it. It's our girlfriends that own it.
Yeah.
Leech.
Yeah, that's why I'm playing Ragnarok.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
PS5 in the house, and I'm like, it was like $20 on Christmas. I was like, yeah, why not?
Ragnarok is so good, man.
It's so fucking
Such a
good.
such a good game. That's
Yeah.
the
I don't
thing,
know
man.
why lately,
Sony.
whenever I'm browsing Instagram, one out of every like 5 reels is gonna be a cutscene from Ragnarok, and just
Interesting.
goddamn, I just stop and watch every time.
That's one game I'm playing right now, and I'm like, originally I lowered the difficulty to easy because I'm like, I'm getting my shit kicked in. I'll probably just like once I get the hang of it, I'll go back to normal. But there's something so fun about just playing it for the story, not having to
Yeah.
worry about like the difficulty.
And you're
I feel like
Kratos.
playing
You're
that
supposed to be
game,
kicking
yeah,
ass.
that game on easy is like the way it's meant to be played.
I
'Cause you're
think so.
fucking,
Yeah.
it's like playing a Superman game and you're struggling against like fucking random ads. You know what I mean? Like
Random
shit.
Thug 5. Like, yeah, I get
No,
what
but
you mean.
the honestly, like it's to a point now where like I'm playing the game now with Natalie just because she's hooked into the story and the dialogue and the banter between the characters, and so am I. And it's like whenever she walks out, gets off for any reason, I'll have to pause the game, and
Yeah,
it's
the casting for that show is very, very strong so far.
looks promising.
Hmm.
Like they took the same actor from the game for Mimir.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so that guy is just reprising the role, so that's cool.
A couple of years ago, I would have been worried that they're making a God of War TV show, but now that like we've seen video game TV shows more
I mean,
often than not,
the
like
cast
do
makes me
well.
hopeful, man.
And
Even
it's HBO
I
too,
forget
so.
the guy's name, but he was on Severance. The guy that chose to play Thor, like he fucking looks like the Thor from
Oh
the
yeah,
video
Oh,
game.
I know who you're talking
yeah,
about. Yeah, he does.
yeah. That's a really really good actor.
Hmm.
And
Guys, how do we feel about the AI era of Microsoft? You know, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna see so many Copilot ads everywhere. Copilot is gonna be fucking everywhere.
this guy got
Should
real
have.
close to his mic to make sure you all know that Copilot's coming.
I should have jump shipped and installed Linux and not bought a NVIDIA graphic card.
Can he wait? Sorry, Linux doesn't work with the AMD cards.
Not AMD. NVIDIA doesn't. Sorry. There aren't many support for NVIDIA drivers outside of Windows.
But AMD works.
AMD works. AMD is perfectly fine. Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to do on Linux that you can't do on Windows right now?
I don't have all the bloatware and constant reminders to install Copilot.
That's
You
it.
should
There's
look into.
there's really not that many window.
There's a lot.
I literally can't. I don't remember one point in the last I don't know how long that I got a reminder on Windows to install.
I
Copilot.
do The one thing I still hate about Windows 11 is the fact that they replaced your normal document folders and download folders, and it's now you now have to go through the OneDrive folder to access them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that pissed me off so much. I was like contemplating, I was looking up installing Linux on my computer, but then I found out certain games don't support it. So that's the only reason why I'm here. Also, I have to edit the podcast, and I can't get Adobe on Linux.
There's alternatives, I'm sure.
Yeah. So what? Phil Spencer and the next person
Sarah
who's up
Bond.
to, yeah,
Yeah.
they've jump shipped and they didn't jump ship, but they resigned from Microsoft.
Well, so Phil Spencer looked like he was forcefully resigned. Because usually there's like when a CEO resigns of a company, there's like procedures in place. It's a whole process, right? But this can't kind of came out of the blue, and then
Well,
Sarah
I don't know
Bond
how out of
followed.
the blue it is. Phil's retiring, is what they're saying,
Mm.
and apparently he has been planning to retire since last year. I don't think
I think the
he.
biggest surprise is Bond, because like she was supposed to like supposedly was like the successor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so her announcing like her leaving to me is the bigger surprise,
Well,
because
there's
she was kind
rumors
of
going
groomed.
around that they kind of went over Bond and chose Asha as the new CEO, and that's why Sarah decided to leave
Yeah,
Microsoft.
so it was like a mutual thing, I guess. Or I think that's what she said. It's a mutual
I
thing,
mean,
but who knows?
Microsoft is investing a lot in AI, and
But
I
she said
guess.
she's gonna make sure there's no AI in video games.
Well,
No, she didn't say that.
these
She
people are very good at telling us what we want to hear. She didn't say that there's going to be no AI, but she did
she
say there's
said,
not going to be AI slop.
but there you go. Like
You
Wow.
know,
that's the thing. Yeah,
It's
what's
not
soulless
gonna let
AI
it dilute
slop.
the quality of it.
But that doesn't mean that they're not going to use AI for, I don't know. Like, I mean, one of the things that this documentary that I watched on YouTube about AI, and how it could be used in like video games. They talked about like, well, the like procedural world building, automated QA testing, like AI driven, NPC dialogue logic, like like those things could be fine if done properly. But
Automated QA testing. Oh man, the
That's a
amount of
recipe for
bugs.
I
disaster.
understand. I'm not saying that it's gonna work. I'm just saying like what they talked about in the documentary. But I'm just saying like
Yeah.
like to me, like I would probably welcome that before welcoming like the soulless AI slop that we might be
Hmm.
seeing like in our video games. But again, who knows? Like I think that if they use AI as a developer tool, that could be neat. That could come in handy. Hopefully they keep the human art part
Maybe
of it untouched.
maybe I'm just kind of like getting jaded from like Sony's shutdowns and Xbox just losing the race, and like I'm moving more towards Nintendo games. But it's like, what do we have to look forward to in terms of like Xbox and Xbox games? Like, when's the last time we've had a new Halo game?
Fable.
Fable might be like the last
But that's the thing.
Xbox
Like, we
game.
don't like
Yeah.
Gears of War. Haven't heard anything in a while, except for like remakes and whatnot.
Yeah, nobody cares about
Halo
that franchise.
Infinite. It's been such a long time since that game's been out,
Terrible.
and they're clearly
I
kind
liked
of given up
Infinite.
on consoles. Infinite was fun, but when did that come out? I was feeling like forever ago. Definitely pre-COVID, if I remember.
I think it was
No, it's
during.
post.
Was it?
I think it was
During
during.
or
I remember
post.
playing.
I was like around the start of COVID, I think. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed what I played. But I mean, yeah, at this
Hmm.
point, I don't know what Xbox even means anymore. At this point, like in terms of where things are headed.
I think they're also trying
If
to find
everything
their
is coming
identity
out,
in
yeah,
this.
and if everything is starting to come out on everything else, anyways, then like, what truly is the point of buying Xbox hardware? Like, rumors are the next iteration is going to support the what is it, Epic Game Store and all that stuff. So it'll just basically be a glorified PC, which I think is probably, I guess, best case scenario. That's cool. But with the price of components these days and everything, how expensive is that going to be in the first place?
I think Microsoft should just make a gaming operating system that's good for like just like I'm saying something beyond Windows, just purely
They're
focused
never gonna
on.
So
deviate
so
beyond Windows.
so I guess I have a question. I don't know how much you guys would know about this, or maybe Manu you could help, but because like every single time that we hear about future consoles, right? Like Sony's pushing the PS6 because of RAM prices and the Steam, and like so the question that I have is, what if given Microsoft's, let's say, Azure dominance, Manu, could a future hardware like be designed in such a way that they can offload complex like AI computations to the cloud, making the physical box actually cheaper to produce while still maintaining like that high fidelity. So can Microsoft somehow be like, we figured it out, we're going to release this hardware that's like half the price. I'm just, throwing a number out there. Maybe it's not going to be half, but it's like going to be much cheaper than the next PS, Sony console or the Steam console or whatever, because we found a way, with our Azure dominance to like just offload all this AI computation
But
onto
you're
the cloud.
basically describing cloud-based
Cloud
gaming.
gaming.
No, but like in the yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, but you still need but that's the thing. The moment you need to have that constant connection through some sort of cloud-based solution in order to play your game, it's cloud-based gaming.
At the
And
end
the
of the day,
biggest
you
issue
still
we've
need.
seen.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
The biggest thing we've seen is that, especially like in the West, we can't really support that infrastructure. Most people can't. They don't have the means to be able to consistently play games like in a smooth experience.
But their cloud gaming, like xCloud, has come a long way.
It has like we can benefit from that because we have decent internet, for example. Like we also make use of that with like for just something as simplistic as remote play. But like if you're talking about playing a full game on the cloud, it's I think we're still a few years away from that.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, yeah, you can make the hardware cheap, but right now the problem is your machine will still need a decent amount of RAM for processing in general, and
That's
SSD
true.
just for storage. And unfortunately, those are the prices that have skyrocketed. Sure, you
Have
will
you-
need.
With all of this AI power, why can't I just download more RAM?
You're right. Shit.
that is the solution.
Yeah, you're
Have
right.
you
I didn't
guys
think
heard
about
about
So
people dumpster diving, like going to like junkyards to find old computers, and they just like taking off the RAM to go then sell it?
it's crazy.
There's like
So
also like PC Master Race, people like posting pictures of their finds in junkyards of like old PCs.
that. Yeah.
yeah. So I know that. Okay, so we talked about the shakeup and this whole AI era, but I'm kind of curious to know, what do you guys think is going to be Phil Spencer's legacy?
Game Pass,
Game Pass.
Activision, Blizzard.
Didn't he also disconnect? Wasn't he also the one to like remove the Connect as a central component from the Xbox as well?
I don't know.
That was like the first thing he did when he joined.
I don't know if that was him or if that was
Like a
not
previous,
long
yeah.
before he joined, but I mean, yeah, his legacy is definitely going to be Game Pass in my eyes,
Like
for sure.
Game Pass to me, like it's been amazing. Like if it wasn't for Game Pass, man, like I wouldn't have discovered all these games. Have an opportunity to play these games. I feel like Game Pass in a way like brought me back into gaming when I felt like I was kind of gamed out.
I
But
mean,
I
it
think
was Game Pass, Activision, Blizzard, and I think backwards compatibility.
I have a friend who told me to watch an anime, so I gotta find.
Which one?
It's called 100 Meters.
Oh, I think that's
I heard,
the running anime.
Yeah, so the
That's pretty
reason
good,
why
yeah.
it even came up is because I'm like, hey guys, when I saw Trevor and Paul yesterday, I was like, I signed up for a marathon, a 10K. But it's a 10K, but I'm like, I don't fucking run, but I just did it because I've been wanting to do one. And then Trevor was like, you need to watch this. Like he's like as if like watching an anime is really gonna pump me up, but he's like, hey man,
Oh,
he's
it
like,
will.
you really
It will.
he's like,
Sports
you really
anime
gotta
will pump
watch
you up.
this.
You watch any
So-
sports anime, you're like, should I pick up volleyball?
Yeah, there's one manga I was reading recently. But it's about a Japanese instrument called koto, and it's just like a deep dive into how the instrument works, and like it also combines with this magnificent slice of life story with all the people that play it. It was phenomenal. I was like, what the fuck? How did he keep pulling this off?
Well, I remember one of you guys told me about this anime. It was all about tennis. Was it tennis? Yeah, like I think so. And like
Prince
that
of
was
Tennis?
wonderful. I think I think so. I don't know, but that was wonderful. Like I saw an anime about sports and
Yo, if
I
there
thought that was
isn't
pretty
a
crazy.
fucking anime out there somewhere that's about tennis that involves romance and it's a bunch of teenagers and it's called 15 Love, I don't know what the fuck to do with y'all.
That's actually pretty good.
I just
Did you,
write
did
that
you just think
writes
that on the
itself.
spot?
I think I just projected that into the world and now this has to come to fruition. At some point, someone out there
15 Love.
15 Love, man. It's a
You guys should watch Challengers if you
teen
haven't already.
romance tennis drama.
Oh my
Somewhere
god,
out
dude.
there,
I would watch it.
some manga writer out there right now, just
I'd read it.
their
I'd watch
Who,
it.
who
PP just
needs
tickled a little bit, and they're
who
gonna
need
pick up a pen.
who needs AI slop when you have Taz coming up with these great ideas?
Yeah, let me be your AI slop.
You're more,
That needs
you're
to
more
be-
like a slut.
I'll get real sloppy.
That should be a shirt. Let me be your AI slob.
Hello, YouTube Shorts.
Hey, I guess that wasn't an overly negative episode.
Yo, I'd watch 15 Love.
Dude, I want to watch 15 Love now for real.
Have you guys seen?
This has to
Uh,
exist. This
No,
cannot
it
be.
does
This.
not.
There's no way this is an original idea. Deep's looking it up right now. So it's
There's so many tennis anime. Holy shit!
Manu's just asking Google Gemini to write a story called 15 Love.
There is a show called 15 Love. It's a Canadian television drama series.
Okay.
But it's not a
It's not
romance. No, actually, it is romance. Just the character struggles of adolescence and romance.
yeah. So okay, so my boss at work, her husband is he's a cop, and he's a super nice guy, but he's like he works the border, and so he chases down like illegal immigrants and whatever. So he's like big dude in shape, older, like shaved head, loves fucking lifting heavy weights and whatever. Like cannot watch two guys kissing on a screen. Like he's not like he doesn't care. Like he's not homophobe, but he's like, I just can't watch this.
You should watch
And
Heated
so-
Rivalry.
Well, it's okay. So I'm talking to my boss, and she's like, "Yeah, we're looking for a show to watch and whatever." And I was like, "Oh, like, what does he like?" I was like, "What does he like?" She's like, "I don't know, whatever. He's a guy. He likes sports and shit." And I'm like, "Oh, you should come to check out Heated Rivalry." I'm like, "It's a hockey show."
Oh man,
Please
Taz,
don't
Taz
leave it,
gets
you know?
fired. Worth
Oh,
it.
man.
Did you tell her what was it about?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought it-
I eventually had told her. I was like, "FYI, there's a lot of dicks."
Can you guys confirm that there's a lot of dicks?
There's only one.
Actually, no. Is there? Oh, there is one. Yeah.
For like a half a second.
Yeah.
Is there lots of kissing?
Half a second too much for that.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of fucking.
But only half
Ah.
a second of dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ratio.
So you just see like them. Okay, I don't know.
The
No,
only time
you
you see a
see
dick
a
is that one of
lot.
them gets sent a dick pic, and he sees it again. He like panics and like puts his phone away.
You did see a lot, but somehow they managed to hide the dick every
All the
time.
dicks, Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ass. So
who wanted to watch that show? Was it like you guys or your partners?
Partners.
Natalie was already watching it, and she showed me a clip of it.
He's like, I'm in. You
It
said-
well, no, like-
it was half a second.
Look,
He's like, "You
Look,
son
you
of a
can,
bitch, I'm in."
but that's it. Like she shows me, like she gives me the context to it, then shows me the clip, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm in."
That's what she said.
Yep. And you know what? You guys are missing out. You guys that don't want to watch it because it's a lot of just gay sex. Sure, but
in all my
It was a
free
I
time.
never said I don't want to watch it because there's a lot of gay. There are so many shows that don't have gay sex that I don't watch. So,
Exactly.
I'm just saying you haven't seen it, so
Yeah, be careful.
can only
You're going to
assume.
classify them accidentally as homophobes.
accidentally, I know what I'm saying.
Hey man, I love
On
the
that note.
gays, right? Me and the gays, we're good.
On that note, someone send Taz a steamy email.
Send me
Esteem.
have your AI slop write an email and send it to me.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nankwai High Score. As per usual, you guys can send us an email at nankwaihighscore@gmail.com. You guys can talk to Taz on our Blue Sky account. You can see our lovely faces at nankwaihighscore.com, which will link us to our YouTube. And you can also listen to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Do
Cool,
we
that's it.
Do we still post on Blue Sky?
I don't know, Taz.
You can reach us at nonquitehighscore.com, which will link us.
No,
to
you
YouTube.
can go to Not Quite High Score. That'll link you to our YouTube.
You.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to do? Next week, my brother's going to be doing the outro.
I won't be here.
Yes, you will. You have to do the intro and outro.
No. It was part of my contract.
Look at this guy. Now he's going into relaxation mode, lower death.